Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Jake Diggy with another One Piece video, aka One Piece discussion in a sense, but you get the point. So, before I begin this entire topic, I do want to mention that in my power scaling video, I think it was a power level video that I get a while back. One person they commented, you get not put Prime Whitebeard and Pirate King level. I completely forgot about that. But he does deserve to be in Pirate King level. I do want to address that. I'm addressing that now. I completely forgot about that. My bad. Okay, so now let's move on to this. Where in this video, we're going to be doing a little discussion. Okay? Because I already discussed how I view the power level system and how I view hockey. So now that I set those two up as like the basis, so like, from the things I talk about, please check out those two videos so you understand where I'm going on in terms of stuff like this. But now I'm ready to really talk about discussions. So in this video, I want to talk about Luffy. Like Luffy, what he would be at the end of Wano. Like what he would be doing at the end of Wano. Not so much character-wise. I mean, there might be a bit of character that I might be discussing here or there that I'll probably be discussing. But really strength-wise and stuff, you know, like it really varies. It really varies. But before we begin, please be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. And I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely check it out. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, before we talk about the end of Wano, I want to discuss where he was at the end of Whole Cake Island, okay? So with Whole Cake Island, at the very end of Whole Cake Island, Luffy has obtained the Suga Future Sight observation hockey ability from his Karakuri fight. He also got Gear 4 Snake Man as well, which was able to push Karakuri to a high diff fight. And based off this entire fight, based at the end of the Karakuri fight, I would say that Luffy at that moment in time was low tier Admiral level. What does that mean? It means that he could tango with any of the right hand commanders or the three admirals, but he would lose ultimately. Ultimately, he would lose, and I would say a mid to mid high, okay? Because Karakuri is the exception, and Shiryu we don't know, but without questioning into a mid diff fight, unless he goes Gear 4, because Gear 4 is the only thing that allows him to quote unquote compete with these guys. So there we go. Okay, so now let's talk about recently what happened in Wano. So some of the things that Luffy learned was that he got that precognition observation future sight hockey, and from the looks of things, based on this scene where he went to grab the elephant and he goes like he saw a pretty bad future, I think that at that point he's getting much closer to Karakuri's future sight level compared to before. Once he did that, he could be on the level now, but we don't really know yet. We don't really know, but definitely very close. Definitely much better than what he had at Whole Cake, for sure. He also learned deflection, the deflection high level of ranked armor hockey. He also experienced Ryo, which is like the last stage where they can do internal damage. Now the reason why I'm saying that he hasn't learned it is because Luffy was trying to do it again. Now again, I do understand that there was like another couple of weeks that happened where he did some training on his own, and then he could now potentially have learned it now, but we don't know. For right now, I think the chapter, as the point of recording this video, is chapter 977 or 978. One of those two chapters, whichever one it was, by that time of this video is being recorded right now. And one of the things I want to say, another thing, is that recently, he used Gear 4's Bowman against Scrubs. And later, was just having an argument with King Law and not having any stamina issues. Now, here's the thing. For me, if Luffy gets rid of his stamina issue with Gear 4th, I will immediately put him on mid-to-admiral level. Immediately. The only reason I have him low tier is because he doesn't have to. Because Gear 4th will give admirals and right hands a hard time. Without question. So, definitely, if he has gotten rid of his stamina issue, we don't know yet, but it's much better than what we've seen before. We'll just have to wait and see when that time comes. Okay, so now it's time to really talk about where he'll be at, what he could be doing in Wano. So obviously the number one fight that's very obvious is going to be the Luffy Law King versus Kaido fight. That's pretty obvious. I do not want Luffy to fight one-on-one. It doesn't make sense for him to defeat him one-on-one because he's not ready. So I think that would happen. Another fight that I think Luffy could be involved in is that I think, honestly, that Luffy, Law, and Kid, they will lose. They will lose the first time. And something would happen where somehow they escape and then Luffy has to train again. Where, like, say, there's another level of argument hockey that he needs to learn now, or another level of Conqueror's hockey, whatever it is, and he goes away and then he learns it. The same could be said for the others, and then they regroup, and then they re-challenge Kaido again. Okay, and for this point, I want to say Luffy, Law, Kid, X Drake, Hawk Kings, and maybe a Pooh. We'll get to a Pooh in another video. Honestly, we'll get to him in another video. Could fight Kaido. It could happen. We don't really know. But that's something I could definitely see. Now, I know King of Lightning, definitely check him out. He also said something along the lines of how, like, they could do something where Luffy gets captured and then the Straw Hats would have to save Luffy and they succeed while the Red Scabbards fail. That would be interesting too. If they do that, that would be very interesting. Another thing that I think that could happen though, before I get to that, is a lot of people say that Luffy's gonna have like a Bloomer moment where he's gonna low def like Jack or something to show that like he really gotten stronger. I don't want low def. I don't want that Bloomer moment at all. Because with Jack, he took in so many L's. You know, all his L's are understandable except for like one. Well, one it wasn't really an L, but that's a whole other thing. But the thing is that I don't think that there should be a Bloomer moment. I do not think so. That should not happen. In my opinion. One thing though that could happen though in terms of a fight is that we could also see a Luffy Law King versus Big Mom, because Big Mom is also there. And Big Mom wants to kill Luffy, of course. And King might have some grudges against Big Mom. So depending on the situation, they could have a clash with her. Right? Like 3v1, they could easily have a clash with her. Another thing that could also happen is that we could have all the supernovas, excluding maybe Luffy, Law, and Kid, because they'll be fighting Kaido, take on Big Mom as well. Right, you know, just because they gotta fight some. But again, this war is gonna be so convoluted, complicated. Not convoluted, but so crazy that so many things could happen. Like, so many things. And of course, Blackbeard could just roll it up and maybe Luffy would have an exchange with Blackbeard. We have to wait and see on that. I'm not sure. And again, the same thing with the Marines and the Admirals. He could have exchange with them. But again, I am not sure. Like, I highly doubt this would happen per se. Right? But again, for Blackbeard and the Admirals, we will get to them in another video. Now, as for potential growth for Luffy, like what he could gain at the end of Wano, like how strong he should be, he could start to get the understanding of a higher level of Conqueror's hockey. I think he should definitely have Devil Fruit Awakening by this point. If there's an extreme high level of argument hockey, he could get Inkling or start to learn and get used to it, I would say. He should, and one other thing is that his Gear 4th, the moment he learns Ryo, I think he will have another Gear 4th form. We could call it Lion Man, which is based off of strength, because we've seen Tank Man, which is based off of defense, Snake Man, which is based off of speed, and if we have the Lion Man, if it does happen, based off of strength, and Bounce Man is like the combination of all three, but not the best in all three categories, I would say that would be like the good stuff. And like with Armament Hockey, we need that, because in Snake Man, the way I view why he didn't use Snake Man with the Karakuri fight is that he needed to get through a future sight so he could see where his arms are going. Or else it would turn out to be what happened when he almost lost his arms against Mihawk. So this is the way I see it with that whole situation, for sure. And another thing is that like he could also have mastered the future sight level and be at Karakuri's level, if not greater, by the end of this arc. And also, without question, mastering Ryo. Without question, like fully mastering it, Ryo. Those are the potential growths that I could see at the end of this arc. Now, as per what power level he will be by the end of Wano, a lot of people, I know people speculate definitely ammo level, right? I would say that Luffy is going to be past the mid tier ammo level and potentially high tier ammo level. Because here's the thing when it comes to Luffy. Luffy, he will fight stronger opponents, but he will grow massively during those fights, okay? It will happen. Like, look what happened to Katakuri. Before the Katakuri fight, I would say he was very close to 3rd Division Commander level, but not there yet. Or in my version, I would say super low tier ammo level, but not there yet. I think after the Katakuri fight, I say he jumped straight to low tier ammo level, aka 2nd Division Commander level. But in this arc, at the end of this arc, I think he would actually rank up to low tier Emperor level. Now, what does that mean? That means that he could potentially take Akainu and Old Man Rayleigh to a high diff fight by the end of this arc, without question. And now let's talk about the bounty, right? Like what bounty you will get after the end of Wano. So obviously he's going to have a huge role in Wano, making sure he defeats Kaido and all that whole situation. And he's going to be like one of the major reasons why they won, obviously. This is what I think his bounty should be. Previously, he has a 1,500,000,000 berry bounty on his head right now. But I think after Wano, at the end of Wano, he will gang up and become and have a bounty of 2,500,000,000 berry bounty on his head. And he will truly enter that Emperor tier. Alright guys, so this is the end of my One Piece video discussion about where I see Luffy would be at the end of Wano in terms of combat, bounty, a little bit of character, but mainly just focusing on like what fights that could happen, what could happen long term, like an overall general sense, you know, because this is all prediction. We don't know if it happens. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like the video. That would really help me out. Let me know in the comment section below on how you view Luffy and what he will achieve at the end of Wano. Be sure to click that subscribe button because it really helps me out. And make sure you hit that bell icon notification so you can be notified when I upload new content. And stay cool, guys. Stay cool.